What is going on, everybody? It is Lost in Place, and welcome to another edition of Story Time with Lost. Today I'm going to be talking about bullying. This is a topic very important to me because when I was younger, I went through a phase where I was picked on pretty heavily. And it's a horrible, traumatic experience. Luckily for me, I was able to grow out of it and do something about it. And I'm going to share with you my story of how I did that, and I'm not saying that this is advice that I think you should do. It worked for me. I'm sure it would work for other people, but not for everyone. Everyone's situation is different and unique. Again, I want to stress, this is not my advice. I'm just telling you a story of how I dealt with being bullied and what I did to make it so I wasn't bullied anymore. Alright, well, first the gameplay you're looking at, this is a free-for-all in the new DLC. The map is Rush, and I win and have a pretty sick-ass 360 final kill cam, so make sure you stick around to the end. Also, I want to make sure you stick around to the very end of this video. Got a very special little treat hidden in there for you. Yeah, you'll see. Anyway, on to the story. So, when I was in grade school, I was very small. I was young and little, and I didn't grow very fast, and compared to my classmates, I was always one of the smaller ones. I was a runt of the litter, so to speak. And that made me a target. It put a target right on my back because the big are always going to pick on the weak. Simple as that. And subjects like gym. Oh my god, I hated gym class. I hated gym class with a passion because you had to go into this dressing room and there was zero supervision, and that was where the wedgies happened. Oh my god, the wedgies. I don't know if everyone knows what a wedgie is. If you don't, man, maybe you should be glad you don't. A wedgie is when someone grabs your underwear by the back seam and yanks it up so it slides up your butt crack. And man, I've gotten my share of wedgies when I was younger. I had one that was so bad one time they ripped my underwear clean off, and then took it and then used it like a soccer ball in the gym for all to see. The girls were laughing, the guys were laughing. Oh god, so humiliating, so embarrassing. But I was little, so what was I gonna do? You know, how do I stand up for myself? Well, the summer of my 6th grade year, my cousin Billy came to stay with me for the entire summer, and it was awesome. I learned so much from him. He was a couple years older than me. What's funny is he was actually smaller than me, and he taught me his secret of how he dealt with the bullies. Naturally, him being smaller, he was a target as well, but he did not get bullied. And, you know, how is that, you're going to ask? How the hell did he manage to not get bullied? And let me sum it up for you in one word. Crazy. Crazy. That's right, crazy. Okay, what does that mean? Well, first thing is when you're going to be bullied, when you're attacked by someone larger than you, you got to expect that you're probably going to lose the fight, but you're going to do as much damage to that person as possible. So you want to make them think twice about picking a fight with you. Perfect example is, so a bully comes at you to give a wedgie, kick him in the nuts. Bite the flesh on his arm, scratch his face, stick your fingers in his eyes, whatever you can do. Grab a fistful of hair and yank it. Fight dirty, fight underhanded, do crazy stuff, scream really loud, and I'll tell you what, they may win that fight, but they're gonna think twice before they do it again. And it seemed crazy. It really seemed like crazy advice, and it wasn't, though. It worked. It worked. I went to school the next year, and I'll never forget the very first wedgie that came at me. And this guy, Ron, oh my god, he was one of the biggest bullies to me all time. Fucking Ron. Anyway, so he comes at me, and the very first thing I do is kick him right in the nuts. He goes down to the ground, and I jump on him, and I start slapping and flailing like I don't know how to fight, but I start slapping and flailing. He eventually gained his senses and grabbed me and threw me against the wall, and I took a beating that day. I sure did. But you know what? The next day, he came in, and his face was scratched to hell, and I swear I saw him walking with a limp. I think he did. And you know what? He never messed with me again. He always picked on the other guys who didn't put up a fight. There it is. That was it. That was really the trick to it. And there were still some other people who would come at me for whatever reason, trying to get my lunch money or whatever. And instead of just handing it over, I would just go nuts. I would go nuts, go crazy. And it worked. After a while, they just stopped picking on me. Now, I did get into a bit of trouble at school. Again, I don't necessarily recommend this as the proper advice for what you should do. I dealt with that. I dealt with a couple suspensions. But it was worth it. It was worth it because in the long run, not only did I not get bullied, but I gained their respect. because I knew I was a crazy motherfucker and I wouldn't take shit from nobody. So not only did I get the bullying stopped, but I gained a lot of respect for doing it. And add on top of that, the confidence boost that I gained from doing that, it honestly changed my life. It really did. And to this day, you know, I'm an average height, 5'9", but if some dude comes at me, 6'4", 200 plus pounds, and he's gonna start some shit, you know what? He may kick my ass, but I guarantee you, when he wakes up the next day, he's gonna remember me from all the marks and bruises I left on his ass. So there you go, guys. That is my story on how I dealt with bullying. Again, it's up to you if you want to take my advice. I'm not even calling it advice. Just telling you that's what I did, and it worked. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed the story. I am LostInPlace, and I'm out of here. 720, baby. 720. Hold on. 720. There's a 1. Wait. Oh, maybe.
That was not a 720.
Oh, that was a 540.
Oh my god.
It was a 540.
You win.
1, 2, let's take the world by storm. Places you've never been before. New York. It's just this music video is so funny though. If it was Jay-Z, you'd be my Beyonce. We could rock a nation like they do. And if I was Da Vinci, you'd be Mona Lisa, paint a smile perfectly on you. And if I was Jane Dean, you could be my Audrey, but for that Tiffany's for two. Throw me away, 'cause if I were a boomerang, I'd turn around and come back to you, back to you. And it's cool because his drummer is a chick, and she's pretty sick.
Yes. What's the name of that song?
Boomerang.
And it's by who?
The Somerset.
Alright, cool. Just because I want to make sure I get it right in the description.
You can't... No! You're not allowed to put people singing songs either!
That'll be a good video. No, it'll be awesome.
Fuck you!
Miss Sings and Goes.
I'll strike you! I'll strike you!